So normally whenever I do a fragrance haul from like Joma Shop, Fragrance by, Fragrance Net, I don't really do videos about it unless it's a new release. I'll probably talk about them on my live stream or do a few scent of the day posts here or there. But this time I wanted to. So all three of these fragrances I have tried before. I got decants of them last year, tried them out, finally bought them. We have two niche and one designer that I am really excited to talk to you guys about. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to do a full video, even though I probably should be doing videos every time I get a haul in. But yeah, stay tuned for an amazing Joma Shop haul. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude. Thank you guys so much for joining me again for yet another fragrance haul. So this is going to be a little bit different because I have tried them before, but I have never actually went through and did full videos of them. But before we get into it, if you are new to my channel, make sure that if you like my content that you subscribe. Everybody hit that like, put me on the algorithm. Takes 2 seconds. It's right there or right there. I honestly don't know where you're at. And then also, if you can, comment below and let me know if you've tried these fragrances, if you're interested in them. We're going to go through all three of them in slight detail, and then also let you guys know what prices I got them for, because that was probably the best part of the haul, is that the price you get from discounters is way better than the price you can buy them at retail. And if you're in the fragrance community and you're still buying retail, then there's something wrong with you. Some fragrances, obviously, you have to get at retail. It's just there's some things that you can't get that are always retail, like Chanel's and stuff. But outside of that, you can find most fragrances out there for a good deal if you just are patient. So with that said, this year, if you guys have been following, my channel's like 18, 19 months old. And in that 18 or 19 months, I was a new release designer focused channel with a little bit of indie and niche sprinkled in, and also some older designers as well. This year, I decided to stray my focus from that. And while I'm still going to be doing the designer new releases I'm very interested in as far as full bottles. So last year I tried 40 of the 43 designer releases, and then this year I got the last 3 finally. The third one is actually in a decant on its way, and I bought 37 of those full bottles, and then I ended up selling like 3/4 of them that I didn't like, and so I was like, that's kind of pointless. So this year, while I'm still going to do a lot of the new release designers, a lot of them are going to be in decants. A lot of them are going to be sniffing in the store, maybe testing them out, stuff like that, doing a short, and focusing more of my energy on buying fragrances that I've already tested, because I like to test. You guys know I have like 1,000 decants, and I test out things for months, and then I realize, okay, I'm going to buy this. And so these 3 fragrances, I already had over 10 milliliters of decants sent to me by my subscribers or whatever method I might have got them in. And I finally decided, you know what, I love them. Again, I have 1 designer, 2 niche. One's a high-end niche and one's kind of a mid-level niche. The designer that we're going to talk about is Givenchy Gentleman Boisée. I've talked about this a bunch. I've had a 20 milliliter decant, and I was going to buy a bottle for a while, and I just never got around to it. And then the decant ran out, and I love the fragrance, so I had to have a bottle. The second one is this one came in 2 days ago, 2 days before the other ones, and Gentleman Boisée is outside of its box because I just used it as my scent of the day today. But with that said, Bond number 9, New Harlem, I got it in 2 days before those because it shipped first. And then we have this one, which is still in the box because I didn't open it up, and it's a colder day outside. It is Atelier Cologne's Pacific Lime. So yes, I tried all 3 of those out, had over 10 milliliters, realized I love them, and now we're going to tell you why I love them and the prices. So Bond number 9s, they usually go for $350 to $400. Guess how much I got this for? $168. Thank you to Newt for telling me. It is on Joma Shop for $168. If it is still, at the time of posting this video, if it's still on there, the links will be in the description. Bond number 9, New Harlem. It's a really good one. this one, Gentleman Boisée, is normally around $140 to $150 if you buy it in store, but I got this one for $68 or $69 on Joma Shop on their winter sale, and I know that's still going on. This is the larger size, and then they also had one that was like 62 for the smaller, and then Atelier Cologne Pacific Lime. This one goes for around $150, $160 at retail, and I got this for $60, and this is still available at the time of making this video. I know that for sure. I know the Boisée is around $75 right now, which is still a great price. But anyway, let's talk about the fragrances themselves. So Givenchy Gentleman Boisée is my favorite gentleman in the line. So as far as the notes, what is in the fragrance? It is black pepper, iris, sandalwood, coriander, and cacao, among other notes. But this fragrance is going to be that iris dominant fragrance that you know from the entire line, but the iris is actually kind of dialed down and smoothened out by the cacao. So cacao chocolate, this is the chocolatey gentleman. That's what it is. So if you like a little bit of sweetness, you like a little bit of spice, this is a warm, spicy chocolate take on kind of like Gentleman Parfum, or Gentleman Eau de Parfum. It's in between like Reserve Privé, which I didn't like very much, and the Parfum, which I did like. And this one is my favorite. It just adds a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of depth and spice. That coriander black pepper mixture, it doesn't come off like too spicy like you get from something like Man in Black, where that black pepper really pops on you. But it does a very nice job with that cacao just smoothing out that iris, which gives a little bit of a powdery floral tone. But it's that iris that you know from the Gentleman line. I do want to advise you though, women usually don't like the Gentleman line. The Gentleman Eau de Toilette Intense and the Eau de Toilette are the ones that are the lowest of the iris and the freshest, which women seem to be okay with. But when it comes to the Parfum, the Reserve Privé, the Boisée, I found my wife does like this, but the other ones she doesn't like. And I found that women usually don't like the iris style fragrances, Dior Homme, stuff like that. You might have a different situation. I'm just letting you know that's what I found as a consensus across the board. But if your woman likes it, then great. But Gentleman Boisée, again, it's the Givenchy Gentleman line. It's just warm, spicy, has that cacao floating through that kind of simmers down that iris and simmers down that powder. And then again, you have that little bit of sweetness and spice from the coriander black pepper. As you get to the dry down, you get a little bit of this warm and creamy sandalwood that comes in. It really is a nice total fragrance from opening to dry down. Get about 7 to 8 hours on this with above average projection for about 2 hours, and then it's a bit more moderate after that. It's pretty good fragrance. I mean, it's great, to be honest with you. It's really good. It's just, do you like the Gentleman line or not? And do you like cacao? Because that's what the fragrance is based around. So going into the next one. This one I'm not going to spend too much time on because I have already talked about this in length when I had my decant. It is Bond No. 9's New Harlem. Again, I got this over half off, and I've been wanting this ever since it was announced that it was being re-released. So Bond No. 9's New Harlem, it was discontinued, then it was brought back, and I was so happy it was because I tried it out like 3 days before it was discontinued, and then it never came back, and then it finally did. And there's another fragrance out there if you don't want to spend this price tag, Michael Jordan Legend, which is like $12 at Burlington. It smells in the realm of this, while not as high quality, and you can tell the difference, but similar. It's pancake syrup, aromatics, and spice. It's what, even though the notes in it aren't pancakes and syrup, obviously, it's what it comes off like. So it's pointless to even tell you what notes are in this fragrance because it smells like pancakes and syrup if you mix it together with a little bit of an aromatic kind of like lavender and spiciness underneath it. It's warm, it's spicy, it's fall, it's winter. This fragrance is great and it lasts 10 hours. I mean, it is a gourmand through and through, and it legit smells like fucking pancakes and syrup. And it's aromatic and spicy underneath that. Has a little bit of this warm woodiness that comes in, but it's pancakes and syrup. Anybody who tells you different is wrong. It's just pancakes and freaking syrup. I think it's like honey and vanilla and stuff like that that come together to make it. But I honestly never checked the notes out, and I honestly don't care because it smells like freaking pancakes. if there was a note called pancakes and syrup, that's what's in there. That's what it is. It's freaking amazing. But anyway, we're getting into this last one. This last one is Atelier Cologne Pacific Lime. So Atelier's Pacific Lime. What kind of citrus do you think is in there? It's lime. There's also a little bit of lemon. But this fragrance in general is going to be a slightly green and minty lime dominant fragrance that is about a 4-hour fragrance. So it's lime dominant, so it's not going to be anything crazy. I get about 3 to 4 hours. So this is going to be a summer staple. You have to spray it a lot. And yeah, it's really nice. Sometimes I get 5 on a 70 to 60 degree day. But if you wear it on an 80 to 90 degree day where the heat is dropping it off your skin, yeah, you're definitely not going to get that. You're going to get about 3 to 4 hours. But with that said, it's a citrus dominant fragrance. Usually citruses are the notes that float off your skin the easiest. Pacific Lime is no different. The main notes for it are lime, lemon, coconut, mint, and eucalyptus. That mint and eucalyptus kind of provide a slight background, cooling, almost like herbaceous undertone. But this fragrance is dominated by 2 notes, and that is lime and coconut. Put the lime in the coconut. It's what it is. If you don't like coconut, you're not going to like this. If you don't like lime, not going to like this. This is kind of like, it's one of the most realistic lime notes that you can get out there. It's almost like if you took and squeezed a lime inside of a coconut and sniffed it, and then had a little bit of like a cooling minty feeling, like if you took mint and maybe muddled it up in the bottom of it. That's what it smells like. But again, the performance isn't great. For the first 2 hours, it does push pretty heavy off your skin, and then it kind of just falls to your skin. But Pacific Lime, this stuff is amazing. I mean, this is like borderline top 10 fragrances for me. And that's how good it was when I first got it in. I was like, holy crap, this decan is good. But yeah, Atelier's Pacific Lime. It's a spring and summer-based fragrance. Don't wear it outside of that. I mean, I'm sure it will do well, I mean, if you wear it, but it's for the summer. And it's a fantastic fragrance, one that you should definitely get your nose on if you haven't already. It's not one that's widely known out there, so yeah, definitely try it out. I would definitely recommend. This is one of my best fragrance hauls I've had. We got the one for the summer. We got the nice niche staple for the cooler weather. And then we have a nice cool weather, but also night out fragrance for the entire year, gentlemen. Boisée. Nice, classy, all over the board. Love it. So let me know what you guys think about that fragrance haul. That is one of my favorite hauls that I've had to date, and I'm sure we're just going to have some better ones now that I'm doing my new routine of trying to pick up things that I actually like, which is new for me. I mean, usually I just blind buy everything. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Peace out.